Not all students came to find a romantic relationship, but the casual setup of the event allowed for the chance at new friendships. To ensure your spot on the St. Charles Ghost Tour, check out stcharlesghost.com. The gift of warmth is exactly what the Northeast Community Action Cooperation is hoping for. Coming up on LUTV, find out what MoDOT is doing to prepare for the inclement weather we're about to have. There has only been one death in the United States of Ebola so far, but you can never be too cautious. Here in the heart of Old Campus, students are encouraged to come and mingle with their classmates in a way they feel safe. The Lemp Mansion is a historic house in Benton Park, St. Louis. It is also the house of 3 suicides of the Lemp family members. Texan citizens are questioning how another nurse could have been exposed to the virus if all safety measures were met. The staff at St. Joseph Health Center in St. Charles tells us how they plan on containing an outbreak. Dr. Shefali Wolf is an infectious disease consultant at St. Joseph Health Center. She says the hospital has a place for suspected cases of Ebola when evaluating patients.
The triage nurses have been directed to isolate that patient immediately, so those patients would go into a private room with their own bathroom. They would be placed on what we call droplet and contact isolation. Most patients, we believe, will be placed in airborne isolation.
The virus holds an incubation period of 21 days before visible symptoms appear. There has only been one death in the United States of Ebola so far, but you can never be too cautious. The symptoms are nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, raised rash, red eyes, stomach pain, chest pain and coughing, red eyes, and bleeding and bruising. Keely Hayes is the Administrative Director of Nursing Operations. She says that all nurses are directed to immediately put on their safety gear when Ebola signs are present.
We isolate them right away and start our testing process, and then immediately use our PPE, which is our personal protective equipment, to keep ourselves safe, to keep that patient safe, and to keep other patients in the emergency department safe.
Wolf says that the hospital is taking the safety precautions seriously.
So there have been a lot of meetings at the hospital and across the network about Ebola virus preparation, and there are a number of steps that we've taken. So there's been a tremendous amount of education for the hospital staff, the administration, nursing, triage about the symptoms of Ebola.
Early symptoms of the virus take 8 to 9 days to show after exposure. Tests for antibodies against Ebola and viral DNA help doctors make a diagnosis. For LUTV News, I'm Brianna Miller.
If you saw a $100 bill on your windshield, would you grab it?
LUTV's Brianna Miller tells us why you might want to resist that temptation.
Finding a $100 bill on your windshield around the holidays could seem like a generous gift. But what may seem like a good deed could actually be a sly endeavor to get you out of your car. With all the hustle and bustle of the holiday shopping season, shoppers are focused on great deals. This is an easy time for some people to fall victim to a scam. The ploy starts with a crisp $100 bill placed under your windshield wiper. Shoppers return to their car to find what looks to be a stranger spreading holiday cheer.
My first instinct would be to grab it, but then I would stop and think about it, and no, I would not.
When you get out of your car to grab the money, there is a scammer waiting nearby. This is when the scammer rushes into the driver's seat of your car. You are left without a car, and who knows if you still have that $100 bill.
I would definitely get out and grab a $100 bill.
All the carjacker really needs is the opportunity. It is the perfect setup for any scam. Your keys are in the ignition, the door is left wide open, and you are distracted. These scammers want you to get out of your car. This gives them just enough time to sneak in and hijack your car. Many people will have their hands filled with shopping bags, so they won't have a chance to defend themselves. Former security guard Jason Walker explains that the money decoy is the perfect ploy.
Don't believe the rumors. $100 bill on the windshield, anybody's going to grab it.
2, 1.
Officials have reported this practice most recently in Las Vegas and Maryland. There has been no reported incidents in the St. Charles area as of now. For LUTV News, I'm Brianna Miller. Are you single or a social outcast? Well, you missed out. The Campus Activity Board at Linwood University created Rotate a Date. The event allows for students to meet each other in a safe environment. Many Lindenwood University students don't feel safe meeting people at a bar. Here in the heart of Old Campus, students are encouraged to come and mingle with their classmates in a way they feel safe. The night programming director of the Campus Activity Board, Amy Wiegand, hoped to get everyone together.
There's a whole bunch of transfer students, new students, so we're going to try and get them all mingling in a safe environment.
Each student sits at a table with however many people they feel comfortable with. Some tables had 2 people and others had as many as 6. The students take turns reading icebreaker questions. The event is not limited to students looking for love. Several students came out with the hope of meeting a new friend. Lindenwood student Saga Frere came to the event for a different reason.
I just did it for the experience. I was honestly here for dating.
Others attended because they wanted to get out of their dorm room and enjoy the fall weather. Lindenwood student Jordan Brown used the event as a networking opportunity.
I really just came out here to meet more people and see what kind of people on the campus wanted to meet other people and see who here is really wanting to be a social creature and a social being in this environment.
Lindenwood students gather at the pavilion on the quad Tuesday night for the new take on dating. Not all students came to find a romantic relationship, but the casual setup of the event allowed for the chance at new friendships. For LUTV News, I'm Brianna Miller. As you can see, a low pressure system is moving towards Missouri. This is usually associated with storms, but the current cold front we are in will give us a few days of nice weather before that kicks in. That low pressure system will start to take effect starting on Thursday, and by the end of the week, we'll begin to see cloudier skies. Here's a look at your 5-day forecast. Today, we are looking at sunny skies with steady temperatures reaching as high as 70 with low in the mid-40s. Tuesday, we'll see some abundant sunshine with temperatures slowly getting cooler with a high near 65 and lows dropping to nearly 40 degrees. Wednesday, we will have mainly sunny skies with temperatures dropping to a high of 61 and low of 41. Thursday will round off the week with temperatures slowly rising once again with a high of 67 and lows reaching 48. This is where that low pressure system will begin to take effect with those clouds rolling in. And to polish off the week, the sun will peek through the clouds on Friday with temperatures getting back up to 71 with a low of 54. For LUTV News, I'm Brianna Miller. Coming up on LUTV News, the results from the midterm elections are in. Find out what this means for St. Charles County. Plus, the Ferguson-Florissant School District has decided to send their crisis Planned Parent letters home earlier than usual. Find out if you should be concerned with your child's safety. And in the city of St. Charles, texting and driving is illegal for anyone under the age of 22. Find out what a recent survey about this habit discovered up next. Those stories plus sports, weather, and more ahead on LUTV News. Welcome to this edition of LUTV News. I'm Brianna Miller. Republicans will have control of the Senate next year. They have retained their House majority, expanding their numbers to near historic highs. Republican state lawmaker Joni Ernst is the winner over Democrat Bruce Bailey in Iowa. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky is now in line to be Majority Leader after winning re-election over Allison Lundergan Grimes. Speaker John Boehner of Ohio is looking at his 13th term as he is likely to retain his top leadership post. President Obama spoke after the elections and says he is eager to work with both Democrats and Republicans. Police are searching for a man who robbed a North St. Louis County gas station at gunpoint Tuesday night. The robbery happened at the Circle K on Bell Fountain Road, just north of Interstate 270. The man made off with some cash and cigarettes. No one was hurt. A 60-year-old man has been struck by a westbound Metrolink train on Monday. The incident took place near the station at Clark and 18th Street in downtown St. Louis. The man was found under the train in critical condition. He has been taken to the hospital. There will be a 15-minute delay in train service because of the accident. The St. Charles City Council wants to encourage the growth of brick-and-mortar businesses. In a near-unanimous vote, the council took a stand against temporary vendors. The City Council denied a temporary license for an outdoor food vendor. The vendor proposed to sell barbecue from a trailer on a parking lot. The council vetoed the application to protect the permanent St. Charles businesses. City St. Council member Dave Beckering made his position regarding the motion clear. The grand jury in Michael Brown case will hear evidence from mid to late November. That is said by St. Louis County Prosecutor Bob McCullough. The grand jury will then decide if Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson will face charges for killing an 18-year-old Michael Brown. St. Louis Police Chief John Belmar talked about the no-fly zone over Ferguson on Monday. Belmar said officials did not restrict airspace to block out media coverage of protests. Rather, he said it was for safety. He reasoned that commercial airplanes were at a safe altitude to fly. He also said although it was not safe for police planes to fly, they had a duty to officers on ground. Snow may not appear in the forecast yet, but MoDOT is getting ready. MoDOT will hold a statewide drill on Wednesday testing their readiness for the upcoming winter. Over 3,500 employees are involved in MoDOT's winter operations. This drill will ensure that all employees know their role when inclement weather hits. Employees will have to react to a simulated forecast of significant snow across the entire state and react accordingly. Straight ahead on LUTV News, you have a different view on your drive to work starting Monday. Find out more about the opening of Highway 364 next.